God comes. He's in this burning bush. Moses sees it. The Bible and Quran corroborate that story. The Quran calls it the Valley of Tuwa. The Bible says it was a valley. He saw fire. He went to the fire, and a voice spoke to him out of the fire. He understood the voice. It spoke evidently in his language. You can see how quickly that brush ignites, and the heat you can feel right now because of that fire fueled by that intense wind. It's come down this hill in just a matter of seconds. Right now we think there's a helicopter on the way. The firefighters doing what they can to put the flames out, but this is enormous. You can see the embers that they're cast. Wow! The intensity of that is absolutely enormous. The heat is overwhelming. Those firefighters are in serious danger right now. There's almost nothing they can do with that wind. This is a firestorm. We're going to the other side of the car. Get in. We're fine. Let's get out of here. Dude. Yeah, let's just cry. Ah! Come on, no more. No more. Go ahead. Go up here, right there. Come on. Straight. Oh, go. Follow that car. Come on. Go. Down. This way. Whoa. Go. Follow that car. Come on. Let's go. Go. Follow that car. Come on. Go ahead. Get him going. Get him out of the car. Hey, get him out of the car. Get down. Go. Yeah, come on. Get out. There you go. Come on. Get the road right here. Come on.
1,000 acres over 21 days. Carter Evans is near Somis, the latest community to be threatened. Carter, when will people there get a break?
Well, it looks like they're going to get a break later today. We'll talk about that in a second. First, I want you to see these embers blowing behind me. This is how those spot fires get started, as those embers get thrown out ahead of the flames. You can see the flames burning over here. The good news for firefighters, the high winds that have been fueling these flames really across the state are expected to die down later today. Ahead of the flames, you can see the flames burning over here. The good news for firefighters, the high winds that have been fueling these flames really across the state are expected to die down later today. Overnight, the fast-moving Maria fire. Around 1,800 structures are under threat, and roughly 7,500 people face evacuation orders.
We've got access issues getting to the actual edges of the fires.
Ventura County officials warned the mountainous terrain may make containing the fire a struggle, but assured the community it would not see a repeat of 2017's catastrophic Thomas Fire, which engulfed more than 280,000 acres, destroyed nearly 1,100 structures, and resulted in 2 deaths.
Residents were forced to evacuate the area as the powerful Santa Ana winds fuel the fire. At least 6 homes have already been destroyed. Chris Martinez is in San Bernardino, California, with the very latest.
Flames sent smoke into the sky Thursday morning as California struggles with another day of wildfires.
This fire moves so fast and continues to have the potential to move so quickly.
Overnight, fire engulfed this home in San Bernardino as neighbors looked on.
I managed to put the hillside out around my backyard and keep my house from burning. I mean, I feel bad that others weren't able to do that, you know.
A mandatory evacuation order was in effect, but some residents refused to leave.
That's kind of the only reason we stayed. My son and my brother and I, just to fight it if this house ignited. And we did get the palm trees out, but once the roof caught on fire, it was just too much to control.
The Hillside Fire in San Bernardino is one of 2 new wildfires that exploded last night in Southern California.
It's getting busy.
Oh my gosh, is it getting busy? You guys.
Fueled by powerful Santa Ana winds. Firefighters from different parts of California have been called in to help.
We're leapfrogging around, just trying to address as much as we can to try to keep it in check.
This is one of a number of homes the Hillside Fire tore through overnight, and you can see firefighters are still positioned throughout this neighborhood in case the fire flares up again. The new fires come a day after a wildfire in Simi Valley came dangerously close to the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library. The National Weather Service says the red flag conditions that sparked all these fires remain through this evening.
And Chris Martinez joins me now from San Bernardino. So, Chris, you're where the Hillside Fire has been roaring since the early morning. What have you been seeing? What's going on there on the ground?
What's going on right now, Rena, are firefighters like the ones right here next to us. They're going around and they're mopping up any hot spot they can find. Right now, they've been paying a lot of attention to this tree you see here because it's been smoldering. So they're going in this area and finding anything that looks like it could spark up again and doing their best to put it out. And that's because this is the fire that has destroyed this home and at least 5 others. They want to make sure this fire does not get a chance to reignite. And we do still have some winds here. They're not as strong as they were overnight, but they are still blowing here. They're going to stay that way likely until later on this afternoon or until the evening. So firefighters, Rena, are doing everything they can now to mitigate the danger going forward.
We know that evacuations were ordered as this fire was spreading, but how much damage are you actually seeing there firsthand?
Well, in this area where we are here, this is where the bulk of those homes were damaged or destroyed. And what happened is if you look up here, you'll see the fire started up here in these hills, and it came right down here, pushed by the winds into this neighborhood. So this house is one of several right in this cul-de-sac area where we are that was either destroyed or heavily damaged by the flames. Now, once you get further into the neighborhood, you don't really see the signs of any damage. You don't really see the effects of the fire because this is where firefighters were able to hold the line and stop the flames. But this section of this neighborhood here in San Bernardino got hit very hard.
So there's a red flag warning in the area, meaning that there's strong winds, dry conditions, warm temperatures. How are the crews trying to contain these? What lies ahead for them? And are they confident that they'll be able to contain it further?